Introduced to Mila in single serving packets, if anybody remembers those. Somebody gave me those and asked me to check it out because they knew I was into health and wellness things. What they didn't know is that I have two kids who have Tourette syndrome and 2 kids who have ADHD, and those aren't the same 2 kids. I have 4 kids, so you can imagine what my house is like. Immediately, my son's teacher noticed I started putting Mila in everything. My kids actually think it's an ingredient. It's a purple bag that sits on our counter that goes in cookies, brownie, whatever I'm making, there's Mila in it. And it's been that way since I was first introduced to it. I too found relief in the digestive department, and my son, immediately they asked me if I started medicating him at school. So that was something that right away I couldn't ignore the fact that, you know, with his Tourette syndrome and his ADHD, that the gifted and talented teacher said, did you choose to start medicating him? Because at that time I was really struggling with the thought of doing that. And so that being said, you know, years later, Rachel and I wasn't ready for, you know, this all seemed overwhelming to me at the time. At the time, it didn't seem realistic for me to take all these products. It seemed like it was too much money. I had all the excuses that I hear people make today, and I have to laugh because I was that person. So I was the no person to everything else, but Mila became part of our life. So years later, I found myself back with Rachel. She never gave up on me, and I guess it was about 1.5 years ago when I put my entire family on the Core Plus system. And I started noticing a lot of changes with them. And then in January, I mean, just so many things. My daughter's skin, their performance, they're competitive Irish dancers. Their dance teacher started to notice their performance and everything. And my daughter did a 28-day detox with me. Now she's 13 years old. So if a 13-year-old can follow it to the letter, like that sheet says, I believe that anybody can do it. She did a 28-day detox with me, and at that time decided she wanted to become plant-based completely. Now, 4 of us in my house are completely plant-based. When people ask us how we live like this and get all our vitamins, they take all the Core Plus products plus all the superfruits. I pretty much take everything, and the performance line, because it's safe for kids, has been just amazing for us. So you didn't get into that yet, but the performance line for us is huge. So I'm really careful about what I put in my body, and that's because I'm in recovery from drugs and alcohol. So prescription drugs are a part of my story, which I no longer have any use for, need to even get, and that's a huge thing. So in the recovery community, it's really important that we are careful about what we put in our bodies, because many of us, our story includes prescription drugs that probably shouldn't have been prescribed to us in the first place for things that we really didn't need. And so today, that's something that I feel really comfortable talking about and sharing, because I have, more than 3 years with not having to have any kind of mind-altering, mood-altering substance in my body or anything for rheumatoid arthritis, which I have 3 kinds of arthritis, and the rheumatoid arthritis was something that I was always highly medicated for. So I'm very grateful today to have Cure in my life for a lot of reasons. That Rachel stuck by me and never, I said no to her. How many times did I say no to you about all this stuff? A lot. I was saying no to everybody about anybody that confronted me about anything, because that's just my personality. And now I'm open to whatever comes out. I mean, I was like one of those freaks when Pure XL was released that was like I was getting concert tickets or something back in the day. And where is it? Get it in my body, And I don't have to worry about what's in it. Like, I don't have to worry about what's in my kids' bodies. And everybody is doing really well with it. My entire family benefits from it. And any friend that wants to know, I'm really comfortable sharing this with people in the recovery community especially. So it's safe. So.